Welcome to Costa Rica. My name is Johnny from Johnny Knows Costa Rica. Today we're going to visit with Chris. Chris,
Hello.
what up?
Hey, Johnny.
Man, I love your shirt.
Thanks, man. I'm a rugged manic.
Well, you guys are probably thinking, you know what? Should Chris be in a suit or a bow tie? I'm like, you know what? No. You know why?
Because I'm a filthy man?
Nah. No, because you inspect buildings. You inspect people. You inspect this.
I did. This is my personal home. I did inspect it.
So those of you thinking about, what's Johnny talking about? Well, we're out here in Escazú. We're at Chris's home. And something that I think it's so important for when you're buying a house, a second home, an Airbnb, or whatever it is that you're looking for in Costa Rica, that you get it inspected. Now, it's not to say, Chris, that they don't do inspections, quote unquote, but we're used to a little bit more of an American approach on different things, and that's what you provide.
That's true. Actually, this house, I financed it. I went through the process with 2 different banks. Each bank had their own inspector come out, and their inspections showed a perfect house.
No.
No, it showed a perfect house. Uh, Even the items they said, like, I'm not going to go into too much detail. They showed a perfect house. When I inspected it, submitted the report to the seller, I was able to negotiate $20,000 off the purchase of this property.
Now, you heard that? Saving money. But it's not just about saving money, it's about understanding what you're buying and make sure that you're accepting that responsibility. Right?
That's true, yeah. I recently did an inspection. Oh man, it was a couple weeks ago, and the client just left me a review. One thing on the review that I thought was interesting is he said he is using my report as a manual for his house. So my inspections are even different than a North American inspection because I give you pretty much a full operations manual of your house, tell you about the maintenance that should be done, point out the deferred maintenance, give you an idea of continued maintenance you should be doing, and also make recommendations for upgrades, safety upgrades.
And you've been doing a little bit of maintenance for
Oh
yourself.
man, I've owned this house for a year, and I've been continually working on it for the past year, bringing it to North American standards.
So, those of you guys thinking about living, buying, or you want to be somewhere and you're not sure, have you found that, have you gone and inspect people's properties that they want to buy before they buy it?
Yeah,
Does that even happen?
no, that's how you do it. You inspect it before you buy.
It's the normal, right?
That's how it should be done. Unfortunately, I'd say about half the people who come to me kind of last minute when they only have a couple days left of due diligence. Then they're kind of rushing me, which, I'm used to
Pressure.
working under pressure, getting things done fast, which my inspections are not fast, by the way. The average is probably about 6 hours. The longest one I have done was a 2-day inspection. But again, that's another story.
So, you know what? Hearing that, it's true, Chris. People come by, and it's a beautiful view. Oh my gosh, it was
Oh yeah,
fresh paint. You
absolutely.
know what? Those windows look perfect. But you know what? How do you know what was done?
Ye-
Nobody looked at it. And then you'll see the people from the banks come in. They're not engineers. They're simply appraising the land where it's at, how much coverage it is, and
They are engineers, actually.
really,
Unfortunately, they were engineers. The guys
yours
who
were
inspect
engineers.
that 2 engineers hired by the bank. I don't know. They're looking for different stuff. I don't know. They,
They place any value on the manicured garden here?
they did. They did. They also included an appraisal. They helped appraise it. So
Mm.
yeah, they were engineers, appraisers, and whatever.
Chris, in summary, what would you tell somebody if they use your service or they don't use your service? What would you tell somebody coming to Costa Rica to
Yeah.
watch out for?
Okay. Well, if you're going to purchase a home in Costa Rica, get a home inspection. You don't have to use my service. I know another guy out there. We're actually friends and colleagues, and he does a good inspection as well. So before you hire your inspector, vet them. Look at the reviews. Ask for sample reports. Ask for a proposal so you know exactly what is included in your price. Get a couple of those, compare them apples to apples, and talk to customers if you have the opportunity to do that. But really get a sense of who your inspector is, what they're inspecting, what they offer, and again, don't skip on the inspection.
You heard it from Chris, and I do healthcare for the most part. I do a little dabble here and there in other things, but mostly healthcare.
You're a Renaissance man.
Yes, but what happens is this affects your healthcare because later on you're going to be so mad because you didn't do just that due diligence that in the states where before you go into escrow they always check your house. They check because here in Costa Rica, once you buy something and it's built, you don't have that warranty forever. And that warranty, it's kind of hard pressed to get it too.
Yeah, it's the Wild West out here when it comes to real estate. There's not many regulations to protect you. Once a deal is done, it's done. There's no going back on it. There's no regulations for inspectors either. So anyone can be a home inspector here. What makes me different is I have 18 years of custom home construction experience. I was a builder before I moved to Costa Rica.
Is that all, 18?
Just 18.
18 years, guys. So if you're thinking about living in Costa Rica, buying something, I implore you, whether you use Chris, I'd use Chris, but inspect your home, inspect the land that you're going to build on because you don't know. Pura vida and always be safe.
Adios.